reporting on Lagos Television. I am Aminat Elegushi. Organizers of the October 1st protest against hardship have insisted that they would proceed with the shutdown despite kicks by the federal government and warning by the Nigerian police force. Former presidential candidate and activist Omoyele Sowore, who is one of the leaders of the planned protest, gave an update on a social media platform X, insisting on action and saying it would be held across the country. According to Sowore, the protest will hold across all parts of Nigeria, including the Eagle Square, Abuja, as a result of the devastation, hunger, insecurity, and hardship faced by Nigerians. He emphasized that the protest will be a peaceful one. Away from that, the Ministry of Education is assured that plans are underway to prevent another strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Director of Press Folashade Boriowo, who gave the assurance, says the team is working on resolving the outstanding issues. This comes after ASU gave the federal government a 14-day ultimatum to address several lingering concerns. Recall that Academic Staff Union of Universities demand the release of unpaid salaries for staff of sabbatical, part-time and adjunct appointment affected by the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System. ASU President Emmanuel Oshodeke emphasized the union's preference for dialogue over strike action, citing need for collective effort to address the nation's educational challenges. The World Bank has approved a operation of $1.57 billion to support the federal government in strengthening human capital through better health for women, children, and adolescents, and building resilience to the effect of climate change, such as floods and droughts, through improving dam safety and irrigation. The new financing includes $500 million for addressing governance issues that constrain the delivery of education and health, $570 million for the Primary Healthcare Provision Strengthening Program, and $500 million for Sustainable Power and Irrigation for Nigeria project. The HOPE GOV and HOPE PHC program combined will support the federal government in improving service delivery in the basic education and primary health care sectors, which are critical to improving Nigeria's human capital outcomes, while the SPIN project will support improving the safety of dams and the management of rivers of the country. The project is financed by a concessional $500 million International Development Association credit and an additional $70 million in grant financing from the Global Financing Facility for Women, Children, and Adolescents. The federal government has handed over 64 compressed natural gas buses to representatives of the Trade Union Congress, the Nigerian Labour Congress, and the National Association of Nigerian Students. The handover took place at the State House Conference Center, Abuja, as part of activities marking Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary. The coordinating Minister of Economy and Minister of Finance, Wale Edo, described the distribution of the buses as fulfilling President Bola Tinubu's promise to provide affordable and efficient transportation to support Nigerians after the removal of fuel subsidy under the presidential initiative of compressed natural gas.
On the side of the poor and the most vulnerable, in the aftermath of what we all knew were necessary macroeconomic reforms to set the country on the path of economic stability that would allow investment, that would increase productivity, grow the economy, create jobs, and achieve his overall aim for Nigerians, a better life, reduction of poverty.
This is beginning from those who need it most, the working class. The working class are going to get this. But beyond that, other Nigerians are also going to be the market people. Everyone, artisans, everybody will now feel this impact. It's a necessary first step that the president has started. It's a promise that Mr. President has kept for Nigerians. And we hope and we do know that very soon more of these buses will ply all the streets of this country.
The union representative says the benefit of the CNG buses would become more apparent once more buses are deployed across the country.
This gesture is not only a welcome support for our unions, but also a clear reflection of the renewed hope agenda, which seeks to improve the welfare of Nigerians. The buses will reduce the transportation costs for our workers traveling to and from their working places.
Jobs are being created, technicians are being trained. Just last year, we could boast of just less than 100 conversion technicians in Nigeria. Yesterday, I visited a workshop in Lukuguma where the gentleman spoke about training about 40 new technicians every week in this country. NITT, NADDC, all of these institutions are training every day, and this is something that is really splendid, and it's something that we must commend Mr. President for having the vision to power this program forward.
Since its establishment 1 year ago, over 125 conversion centers have been established, compared to the initial seven, while investment in the sector has exceeded $175 million, with 12 new mother stations commissioned and the 75 more under construction. And back home in Lagos, the state government has reiterated its commitment to sustainable transport system. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiemi re-emphasized this at the Sustainable Transport Festival recently held in Lagos. Joshua Morakinyo has the details.
This is part of activities commemorating World Car-Free Day. The Car-Free Day celebration aims to promote non-motorized transportation, also known as active transportation, which includes walking, cycling, skating, and other small-wheeled forms of commuting. Here at Amadou Bello Way, Victoria Island, the Commissioner for Transportation and other enthusiasts are walking the talk. For the Commissioner, the event is a significant milestone in the state's effort to create safer, more livable communities by reducing reliance on cars while prioritizing sustainability, public health, and overall well-being.
Not only just for the environmental emissions, carbon emissions, but also for the health purposes. To encourage all of this, we also build infrastructure to support the walking and the cycling. Just for example, and we're also in our future route plans, we're ensuring that we're engaging and putting in.
For advocates like Ms. Olamide, the Car-Free Day serves as a platform to advocate for a shift in transportation habits and to raise awareness on the need for government investment in non-motorized transport infrastructure.
This Car-Free Day is really to show what the possibilities are of Lagos in the future, how we can have cycling alongside driving, how we can have walking pedestrians alongside driving, so that we can move away from the environmentally polluting ways of transportation and move to more clean ways of transportation. Mass transit is also quite important in this way of moving to cleaner transportation.
And some of these structures we put in place. If you go to King George Street around King's College, the NMT is prevalent there. We have the walk, we have the cycle. We also have, like I said, in our future plans, all of the new roads we're doing, NMT has really incorporated. It's important.
Lagos residents were urged to promote and support transportation systems that are environmentally friendly, socially inclusive, and economically viable. Joshua Morakinyo, LTV News, Lagos.
In sport, the Nigeria Olympic Committee organized a training for students to encourage the students and athletes and officials to attain excellence in sport. A sport correspondent, Ijoma Shibo, has the details.
Promoting the Olympic Value Education Program, the Nigeria Olympic Committee enlightened officials and students on major issues in sports during the just concluded 11th Federation of African University Sports FASU Games. The seminar had participants who were officials and students from the co-hosts of the FASU Games, Lagos State University and University of Lagos, exposed to values of excellence, respect and friendship. The OVEP program, designed by the International Olympic Committee, is aimed at imbibing the Olympic spirit through the core values of Olympism, and the NOC used the Faster Games platform to equip officials and participants with leadership skills and ethical issues, while providing insights in sports and recreational activities, especially in campuses. Professor Clement Fasson acknowledged the significance of the program and lauded the collaboration of the NOC and IOC on OVEP.
We want to reposition campus sports and recreation by empowering the students themselves to take ownership of the campus sports and recreation. And how do we do this? We want to begin to have tennis club, soccer club, basketball club, and students themselves form their executive, collect their money, have their meeting, but with the supervision from the director of sports and coaches. With this, they are going to get more members using the social media, because it's the students themselves that are in control now. And that is the new language which we are trying to give into sports now.
One of the resource persons, Lajide Oluranti, says one of the major issues affecting global sport is doping, as many careers have been ruined. The international table tennis umpire explained that athletes must compete fairly and strive for excellence, not only in victory.
You can see what happened to world champion Tobi Amusan. Until about 2 or 3 days to the games, we were not sure if she was going to compete. But that's as a result of the fact that, doping this thing has been established against her. And, one thing that it does for you is that it puts you at a situation that emotionally you are not stable, and competitively you are not at peace with yourself. So that naturally will affect you when eventually you get to to compete in your games. So the emphasis here is that, one, they must strive for excellence and avoid doping in the process of striving for excellence.
At the end of the program held at the Aderemi Makojola Lecture Theatre inside Lassa campus in Ojo, the students, athletes and officials were awarded certificates of participation.
For more news, connect with Lagos Television on the social media platforms. Many thanks for staying with us. Please remember to call the Lagos State toll-free lines 767-0112 in case of emergencies. I am Aminat Ilegushi. See you again at 2 p.m.